Never visit the deep web. Curiosity is a dangerous thing. I was about 10, and my cousin was 13. I asked him if he had known about the deep web. "Are you crazy, man? I know how to get in. Want to try?" I was scared and told him, "No, it's too dangerous." He laughed. "Don't be a scaredy cat. Nothing will happen. All those stories are fake." So he installed Tor on my computer. After I installed it, I had no clue what to do, so I let my cousin do it. Yes, we got in. Perfect. Now for the fun stuff. We entered the deep web wiki and went to some sites. Drugs, guns, everything. Then we saw a strange site. There was a video called Fabius. We downloaded it. I wonder what this could be. So we downloaded the video. Then we watched it. It was a female tied up, abused, naked, raped. We clicked off the video and tried to delete it. It deleted it, but it wasn't deleted. If it wasn't recycled from the recycling bin. So we tried, but it didn't work. Then a user by the name of RNSDIT used the chat box to us. Facecam me right now. We got scared and tried to exit Tor and it didn't work. Soon the search tab started to become red. Me with tears in my eyes, my cousin with a pale face. We put our finger on the webcam and muted the microphone, then answered the call. When we answered, the guy sounded like a grown man, adult with a family, a real job. We were shocked for our age. Then he said, "Put your microphone and webcam on. I already got your phone number, your IP, your address." We thought he was lying, so we typed in the chat, "What's our address?" He said it. So then I said, maybe if he sees we are so little, he will leave us alone. So we uncovered our camera, unmuted the microphone. As soon as we did, then he said, "Oh, you're two wonderful, smart kids. What game do you want for free?" "I will give it to you." We set our game. He put a file in our PC with some sort of hack named after that game. We opened it. He had full control of our PC. He started posting our address, our IP, everything. We closed our computer. The following 2 days, we kept getting threat messages. "I'm going to come to your house and kill you," etc. After 2 days, it stopped for about 2 weeks. But one night, I was at home alone. 7 p.m., my parents were away. Someone was at my door. I remember that my mom told me not to open the door to anyone, so I ignored it. 5 minutes later, I hear some sort of broken glass sound. I went to check out what it was. The window was broken. Then I turned around. What I saw was the worst moment of my life. The guy that we talked to in the webcam was standing there, smiling with yellow teeth and long hair. He grabbed me and said, "Where's your little friend?" As he was bringing me to his car, my parents just came home. I remember my dad punching him. Blood, broken teeth, swollen eye. My dad basically almost killed the guy. After that, we called the police. Then I told my parents everything. We moved out to another city. New Wi-Fi, new computer, new everything. But they did put a password for me so that they can decide which files I can download until I was 13. The dark web. I've been into scary stuff since I was a kid. My mom got me into scary movies at a pretty young age, watching Stephen King movies and those 80s campy horror films, because she was into the morbid lifestyle. Well, naturally, being my mother's daughter, I got into the same lifestyle as I got older. Watching YouTube and reading articles, you will find some pretty scary stuff that not a lot of people would know about. That's how I found out about the deep web, the deepest part of the internet where people can buy drugs and illegal military-grade weapons, post child pornography, and even watch people kill each other. Now I take everything with a grain of salt. People love to make up stories so you won't sleep at night. So of course, with my morbid curiosity, I wanted to debunk or see if these stories had some truth to them. My best friend Joe is a tech guy at one of the universities here in my hometown, so I asked him how I would venture out into the deep web. He looked at me as if I was stupid and proceeded to warn me that I shouldn't do something that I knew nothing about. Being the stubborn alpha female that I am, I told him he needed to shut up and teach me. He nodded his head politely and grabbed my computer. He first went through the steps on how I get there. First, download and install the Tor browsing bundle. This system is configured to use the Tor relay network, which anonymizes your connection through a distributed set of relays to prevent someone from learning your physical location. Second, you go to the built-in wiki page set up just for the deep web. This site, he said, helps you navigate through the matrix and gets you where you need to be. With my girlish excitement, I thanked him and immediately sped home to my apartment. I turned on Spotify, lit some candles, and dimmed the light so I could start my new adventure. My MacBook Air turned on with the glee-ish tone, and I put my cursor over the Tor symbol. At first I hesitated. Of course, I was nervous because I had no idea what I was getting myself into. But with the beat thrusting coming from my phone, I clicked on the symbol. Bringing up the wiki page, I started scrolling through some of the pages. Like I thought, they were mostly drug-related stuff. If I wanted to buy a pound of heroin, I guess this is the place to go. I then scrolled through a page that looked like a chat room. I could see people's usernames as they're communicating back and forth. I watched for a few minutes, just to see what these people were talking about. Then a link popped up. I was intrigued, so I clicked on it. At first it seemed like a normal porno page, one that you find on the internet these days. There was an area where you could click on the hyperlink and go into that room. Going down the page, I saw one that caught my eye. It said, "Sleeping." Beside the words, there was a picture of a young woman in a nightgown curled up in her bed. Again, I was interested to see what they meant, so I clicked on that hyperlink. At first, all I saw was the same woman in her bed sleeping. There was nothing out of the ordinary about it. The picture looked like a still image, one that you would take with a camera. Then all of a sudden I could hear a loud popping sound. At first I thought it was coming from my music, or my air conditioner coming on, since it was 90 degrees outside. But I soon realized it came from the image. I could see the curtains moving, slowly swaying back and forth. Bringing my head up closer to the screen, I could make out the small vent right under the curtains. Is this a live feed? I asked myself. Situated on the right side of my bed was an alarm clock. Looking at the big flashing red numbers, it said 12:01. I quickly looked at my own clock on my computer and it said 12:01. What is this? After a few minutes of analyzing the picture, a message popped up on the chat box. It was from the username, A Psycho Killer. It's time. At that moment, I could see the bedroom door slowly opening. A tall man with a medium build came into view. He had on black sweatpants, black hoodie, and a ski mask. He made his way over to the bed. At first, he just stood there watching this woman. He then reaches into his pants and pulls out a huge butcher knife. He glides it across her face, pressing it hard on her cheek. All of a sudden, you can see the woman open her eyes. She bolts up out of fear as the man throws her back on the bed. She starts screaming, a piercing scream that echoes in my own home. He gets on top of her to hold her down. Without any warning, he puts a butcher knife in the air and slams it into her chest multiple times. The woman immediately becomes limp. The man proceeds to cut her neck as blood spews all over him. He takes his gloves off and starts acting like he is bathing in it, rubbing the dark liquid all over his face and neck. Tears started welling up in my eyes. I ran over to the telephone to dial 911. I knew I couldn't tell them who this man or woman was, but maybe I could help out in some way. As I go back to my chair, I turn to the screen. The man was standing there with the bloody knife in one hand. You could see the blood dripping off the knife into the hardwood floor, making a puddle. As he came closer to the camera, he waved. Suddenly, I heard a ding coming from the chat box. "You're next." I shut my computer off and threw it across the room. The whole next day, I tried to find out if anyone found the man or woman I saw. I searched high and low on the internet, news sites, and articles, but I couldn't find anything. It was like these two people never existed. To this day, I've never told anybody what I saw on the deep web. I thought I was better off not sharing this information because people would think I'm crazy. I know what I saw. It wasn't some sort of horror film or having a vivid imagination. I went onto the web to prove myself wrong, and because of my stupidity, I watch my back every damn day. Hey guys, it's Listen to Me Speak. I just want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Also, you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Stay tuned for more stories.